The heavens are telling of the glory of God. Look up and seek His wisdom from above.
Why do I believe that there's a God? Well, there's one overwhelming argument in my mind, and I would like to focus on it. There are other arguments, but this is the one argument that holds me captive to this conviction. I see this argument all around me, and I see it every day. What's more, we all agree with the premise upon which this argument is based, until the subject of God comes up. Then everything changes. Let me lay it before you like this. A man was walking along the beach one day, and he saw a clock sticking out of the sand. He pulled it out, and it actually had the correct time, although it was somewhat scratched up. He sat down there on the sand, and he looked out over the ocean, and he wondered how in the world that clock may have come to be there. He thought about all of the shipwrecks and the plane crashes that might have strewn their debris over the ocean floor, and hurricanes sweeping through over and over, churning disturbances that mixed the debris around. Perhaps some bottom feeders may have had their part in mixing this debris around. Over time, more and more of the clock came together from the innermost workings outward to the case. And finally, it had washed up on that shore, running and with the correct time. Do you believe that? I don't either. We all agree that intelligent design demands a designer. This was an argument made famous by a man named Paley hundreds of years ago, who used a watch to make his argument. You know, someone made your car, and you don't doubt that. Someone designed and built your house. The camera that's filming this video and the device on which you are watching this video. If it has design, it's reasonable to expect a designer. Well, that is until we begin to talk about the universe. Suddenly, the conversation shifts to getting all the intricacies of us and the world we live in into a magic lamp called time and chance. So does the popular science of our day admit that design demands a designer? Well, since the 1960s, astronomers have been pointing large radio telescopes to the skies, listening for signs of intelligent life from other planets. These delicate instruments are picking up sounds from space every minute of every day. Keep in mind that stars make noise that these radio telescopes pick up. How will they know the difference between the noise made by a star or pulsar and intelligent life sending out signals? Well, they look for a pattern. And the pattern within the signal will tell them that it's communication. In other words, they're looking for design. And if they found it, do you suppose that they would dismiss it and say that it was all a matter of chance? What's my point? Even those scientists who are atheists know that design demands a designer. Do you remember the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind? It was a box office smash, and a recurring feature in that movie was a 5-note sequence of musical notes, or vibration frequencies if you prefer. They were an intentional design or pattern that characters in the movie who played scientists couldn't help but attribute to intelligent life. And viewing audiences knew that that was the logical conclusion. Why? Because intelligent design demands an intelligent designer. Listen to these words. The heavens are telling of the glory of God, and their expanses declaring the work of His hands. That was written 3,000 years ago by King David in Psalm 19 and verse 1. The argument isn't new, is it? In short, the Bible is about the God who is seen in the design of creation all around us. The Apostle Paul wrote, "For since the creation of the world, His invisible attributes, His eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood through what has been made." That's in Romans 1 and verse 20. You and I live in a clock. Our solar system we live in keeps perfect time. We all agree with that. But who made that clock?